This is getting to be unbelievable with all of the crazy things that are going on out there right now. And we'll be giving you the latest stimulus package update in this video. Let's get into it right away as we have a lot to talk about. But really quickly, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video as it's totally free to do so. And I am back for you each and every day to bring you all of the latest updates. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Subscribe down below and let's get into it right away. All right, we have a lot to talk about, so stick with me through this video. But here's the thing that's interesting about this. Each and every day as I do all of my research, I come across multiple different articles, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm starting to almost shake my head a little bit thinking, is this even real? Seriously, is this even real? Well, unfortunately, yes, it is actually real, and there are some absolutely crazy things going on out there right now. Let's get into it and talk about all of these different reports. All right, so report number one that was recently released, talking about energy prices going into the winter and how much it is going to cost us to heat our homes. Yes, not what all of us want to hear, but I guess we got to face the truth at some point, and here's what they're saying. Propane is going to be up 54%. Natural gas, 30%. Electricity, another 6%. Yes, so who wants to pay more for your electricity and your heating for your home this winter? With, guess what? Money that most people don't even have. Yeah, really cool, right? Yeah, not a fun thing. I don't know about you, but I do not enjoy paying my electrical or my heating bill. Now, of course, I do pay it because I want to stay warm in the winter, but I certainly do not enjoy paying those bills at all, and I'm guessing that most of you are probably in the same position. At the same point, just the other day, we got the latest reading on the national average for 1 gallon of gas. It has risen, once again, up to $3.27 per gallon. In fact, gas is up, guess, 48% in the last 12 months. Yes, it has risen, gas alone, 48% in the last 12 months alone. This is crazy, right? Now check it out. If you think inflation is running hot, well, we're not going to want to hear about this, but this is what economists and everybody is projecting right now. Fast forwarding 1 year from now, they are anticipating that inflation is going to be up another 5.4% on average on an annualized basis in a year from now. So, check it out. That's exactly what we're dealing with right now. In fact, as of the latest inflation data, the inflation is up 5.4% on an annualized basis. So guess what? In 1 year from now, we can look forward to the exact same thing once again. Prices going up significantly more over the next 12 months. So who wants to pay more for the same things with, once again, money that we don't have? So, wow, this is great. I mean, typically, I don't come back with these types of videos talking about, news updates and things like this, talking about like inflation and rising prices. I mean, I don't talk about this stuff all that much. I do somewhat, but here's what's interesting. This is like all over the place right now with all of these rising prices. It's really pinching people right now, like a bad time, right? So this is getting kind of scary. Looking out into the future, thinking 1 year from now, we could be looking at inflation sitting up another 5.4%. By the way, that's an average. That's like a running average across multiple different goods out there. That doesn't have take into effect. I mean, it does take into effect, but it doesn't mention the meat products, for example, that may be up 10, 15, 20% in a year from now, or other items that may be up 10, 15, 20%, right? This is just an average across the board. It's a basket of goods, is how they figure out and calculate these inflation numbers, right? Wow. So anyway, pretty interesting. However, dealing with the inflation, remember just the other day I was talking about those 70 plus container ships that are anchored off of the coast of California right now with all of the products that we need on our store shelves? Because if you haven't been to the store lately, they're getting a little bit empty out there, right? The store shelves are getting to be a little bit bare. It's getting to be a little bit scary. So those container ships that are anchored out there, well, they're still piling up. There's more ships coming in and they're still piling up. Well, according to some of the recent releases out there and some information coming out, the ports that are taking all of these ships and the containers, they've decided they're going to start operating 24/7. Wait, what? Did somebody just say they're going to just start operating 24/7? I mean, unbelievable. Seriously? So previously, apparently, they were working 12-hour shifts, and now they had this brainiac idea that they're going to start working 24 hours a day. why didn't somebody think of this, like, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, when maybe the first ships started coming in, piling up, and they said, hey, we don't have the manpower or the shifts to unload these things. Maybe we should, I don't know, hire more people and start working 24/7. I don't know. But again, just remember, I'm just a guy on YouTube. I don't know anything. I don't think logically at all. I just, bring you the information. Unbelievable. Seriously. They just thought of this now. So anyway, pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, hopefully they'll be able to get in and start unclogging this backlog of 70 plus or even more than that container ships. It's going to take a very long time because guess what? They're going to continue to pile up as they continue to unload these things. So it's going to take a very, very long time. In fact, according to other reports that are coming out, they are saying going into the holiday season, expect there to be very minimal items on shelves. So if you haven't done so yet, if you have any spare money laying around and you plan on doing any shopping for the holidays, you might want to do it now. Otherwise, you're just going to be paying more in a couple months from now or in a month, seriously. So anyway, or if you can even find the items you want to buy, it sounds like good luck finding them, it sounds like, right, based on everything. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff out there. With that being said, there was also a recent poll released talking about universal basic income, otherwise known as monthly checks, guaranteed basic income, monthly stimulus checks. It's basically just a monthly payment going to a specified group of people. Well, according to this poll, 67% of people that have participated in this poll are in favor of universal basic income. Now, here's the thing. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear what you think about universal basic income, considering prices are continuing to rise at the rate that they are. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't know what they're going to do about it. They're almost going to have to implement some kind of UBI or ongoing monthly stimulus checks or something like this at the rate that things continue to progress right now. They're almost going to be forced to do something like this because there's no way that people can just continue to live the way that we are with prices rising at this rate and money literally going almost nowhere these days, right? So I feel like they're pretty much kind of painting themselves into a corner where it's like, we've got to do something really dramatic here to really help out the people because this is getting into a bad situation, right? So anyway, yeah, pretty interesting stuff, right? With all this stuff going on out there. So anyway, universal basic income would be kind of a pretty cool thing, right? There's a lot of support out there. Apparently 67% of people are saying, yeah, we support universal basic income. It's kind of all across the board too. According to this poll here, it was showing people who were being polled, like what kind of industries they're in. It was like marketing, finance, I don't know. There were a bunch of different industries that people were coming from as far as they were participating in this. So it seemed to have widespread support all across, political parties, income brackets. I mean, all across the board, there was quite a bit of support for universal basic income. So kind of cool. We've talked about UBI and GBI and basic income and monthly stimulus checks a number of different times here in previous videos. And I've been saying for over a year now, it's just a matter of time until we get a nationwide universal basic income program. Literally, I feel like it's coming faster than we probably recognize simply because of everything going on right now, right? So a lot of weird stuff. All right, let's talk about the stimulus package for just a couple minutes here. So, yeah, have you been looking at all this the stimulus package at all lately? Yes, once again, a lot of drama going on with this thing. So, as we know right now, we're still pretty far apart. They have not come together on a price tag yet. We still know as of right now, we're still sitting anywhere between about 1.5 and about $3 trillion, according to, depending on who you look at. Whether you're talking to moderate Democrats or you're talking to the progressives, we're sitting anywhere between, yeah, like I said, about 1.5 and $3 trillion. They have not necessarily come together at all. According to all the information that I'm finding, they have not narrowed that gap at all for the most part, even though the president is sitting right in the middle at about $2 trillion. He's sitting there, but no one's really kind of coming up or down, right? They're just kind of sitting, kind of jabbing at each other for the most part. But basically, progressives want to leave everything within the package as it is. And if you haven't heard this one yet, maybe you've seen some articles, but I'm guessing you probably haven't heard it like on some news stations because they're obviously not talking about it. But basically the blame is being pushed on the media right now for not getting all this information out to the public and why there's not widespread support on this stimulus package. So it's basically the blame is being pushed onto the media and ultimately us, all of us like consumers. So I don't know. Somehow it's our fault that that there's not more support for this stimulus package. So I don't know. Maybe it would be nice if we knew a little bit more about the package. Here's the thing. We don't really know a whole lot about it. We know some of the big headliners in the package, right? So like Medicare expansion, there's a lot of stuff in there for climate. Does anybody know what that climate money is going to go to? I don't have a clue. I mean, did they specify? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, basically they just keep saying climate. So I don't know. It'd be nice to know a little bit more, like, what are we going to do for the climate, right? That'd be nice. Otherwise, there's the expansion of the child tax credit in there. That's available as well. There's free college tuition for a couple years for basically anybody who wants it. There's paid family and medical leave. That's in there. But those are pretty much the headliners. There's a couple other things in there, but those are pretty much the main headliners in this package right now. So, as you can see, there's not really a whole lot for necessarily the people. Now, if we were looking at this same package and all of a sudden we saw like, hey, there's some stimulus checks in there, there's an adult tax credit in there, there's maybe some monthly recurring stimulus checks in there, I think a lot of us would be able to kind of rally around this thing and be like, hey, it's kind of good. We're going to get some direct benefits from this thing. So yeah, that's probably why we're not getting like this widespread support from all the community, right? The public, everybody out there right now, because a lot of people don't even know what's in this thing. And if they do, we kind of look at it and think, okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there, but how is it going to impact me, right? Everybody wants to know, how is it going to serve me? Everybody wants to know, what is in it for me? How much money is there for me, right? There's $3 trillion or $1.5 trillion or whatever it happens to be. But a lot of people are just wondering, okay, sounds good, but what do I get out of it, right? Like, what is in it for me, right? So that is the main question that a lot of people are wondering right now is, what can I get out of this? And unfortunately, that's kind of the cloudy phase that we're in right now is nobody really knows, right? Nobody really has a clear answer as to you're going to get this. Whereas with the last stimulus package, the one that was passed back in March, it was very clear cut. You're going to get a $1,400 stimulus check, right? It was very plain and simple. We're going to get $1,400 if they sign it through. So of course, all of us were like, sweet, sign it, get it done. We want the $1,400 right away because we need it right away, right? So if they just threw a stimulus check in there, or, I mean, realistically, if they threw a couple of them in there, that's what would really get it done. Get a couple of them in there, maybe do recurring for 6 months or something like that, or, some kind of payments to the people. I think a lot more of us would get really excited about it because then we know we have our eyes on the prize, right? We're like a dog. We're looking at the bone. We're thinking, that's a pretty nice bone right there. How can I get it, right? Or you're looking at the box of treats up on the shelf being like, hey, I see that little dog on the box, and he's holding the milk bone in his head, in his little mouth, right? I want to get me some of that milk bone right there. So, just like a dog, we want to figure out like what's in it for us. And now that we have the prize, we can really focus on it and be like, okay, sounds good. I want some of that right there, right? And then we can kind of focus around it and be like, yep, I'm going to support that because I know I'm going to get X dollars if they pass it, right? So anyway, hope all that makes sense. But either way, kind of some random stuff in this video. There's a lot of weird stuff going on out there right now. Literally, every time that I go through these articles, it's like, seriously? How is this stuff happening right now? But the biggest concerns that many people are having right now is all of this inflation and rising of prices, especially those people on fixed incomes like Social Security and the whole list. You know the list. I've been saying it in many of my videos. So it's a major concern, seriously. When we keep going out to the stores and we keep getting hammered by prices going up, it gets really old really fast, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but it just gets really boring. It just gets really old going out to the stores, buying the same items and paying 10% more every single week. And it's like, okay, this isn't fun anymore. Okay, we give up. We're waving the white flag. Okay, like, stop already. Please stop. You know what I mean? So anyway, thanks again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. I just wanted to kind of come back and share a bunch of different topics in this video as far as what's going on out there. A lot of weird stuff. Either way, I'm going to get back to it, see what else I can find. Any other updates, I'll continue to bring those to you. So make sure to subscribe down below, share the videos with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some other videos right here on the channel. Thanks again. Enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later.